Hey guys, this is Dimitri with Joe's Gaming and Electronics, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to replace a charger port on your iPad Pro 3 and 4. It's the same process. We do offer a mail-in repair service, so if you like to send your iPad in for a repair, you're more than welcome to do that. The link will be down in the description below, as well as we do sell the charger ports. Links will be in the description for those as well. And any tools that you're going to see me using in this video, the most important one will probably be the star pry tool. We will have all the links down in the description below, as well as we do sell all the tools you'll see me using in this video for this specific repair. So first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use a heat gun. I'm going to go ahead and flip this iPad upside down, and right here where the power button, where the volume up and down button is, that's where I'm going to start prying from first. We're going to use a heat gun and we're going to set it to 250 degrees Celsius. So what I like to do is just kind of run the heat back and forth on the edge right here. You don't want to get the screen too much, just on the edge. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and try to get this pry tool in there and just pry the screen slightly up while heating it up. Make sure you're going back and forth. Don't burn your fingers. When I see that the screen lifted up a little bit, I'm going to take one of these plastic clips. Get it in there into place instead of the metal pry tool. We're not going to use the metal pry tool to pry the screen because it will scratch off the film on the inside. So once we got this in, I'm just going to go ahead and heat around the screen and only use those 3 clips to just pry everything up. To start off, kind of push down on this clip as you run the heat gun over the edge. Once we get to the other corner right here, I'm just going to take this one, pop it into place. Just like that. Heat up these edges right here and work your way down. Over here, you want to make sure that you're not going too deep so that you're not hooking the LCD on accident. Once I hit the corner right here, I'm going to go ahead and take this one out. I'm going to go ahead and flip this iPad right side up. Work with this one all the way down. Perfect. Once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a Phillips flathead. We're going to take this iPad, we're going to stand it up. And as we pull this back, we're going to start heating it up a little bit more, and you will see the screen start to split from the housing. And what I like to do is sometimes I'll just take out the clip and I'll use just like my fingernails to kind of hook it like this, one on the housing, one on the screen, and I'll slightly just pry up as I apply heat on the corners. Once you get it up to here, go ahead and work the opposite way. Try to get it pried open. When you just kind of pull on it a little bit while applying the heat, you'll notice that it's separating. Sorry for the wobbly camera, guys. But as you apply heat, you'll notice that it's going to separate from the housing. Go ahead and do that all the way to the bottom of the corner, and once you've done that, flip it over and do the other side as well. Boom. And just like that, we have separated the screen from the housing. So what I'm gonna do next, put the iPad upside down to make sure that the power button is facing me. Pull the screen off and we're gonna pull it up so that we could undo the Face ID ribbon. Use a Phillips 2.0 plus screwdriver. Undo those two screws right there. And then with our handy dandy tweezers, we're gonna go ahead and remove the ribbon holder. And I recommend not using anything metal. Use a plastic spudger to unplug and disconnect the Face ID ribbon from the motherboard. And once again, all the tools that I'm using, we do have them available on our website. The links will be down in the description below. So once we unhook it, instead of opening it like this, we're gonna go ahead, bring it in halfway about, and just kind of have it open up. Remove these 5 screws. Keep in mind, these 4 are the same size, and this one at the very bottom is the longest screw. Now, do keep in mind, to replace the charger port, which the charger port is located right here, you don't need to actually remove the screen completely, but the only reason why we're gonna do it is because we're gonna remove all this old adhesive and reapply new adhesive, and it's just gonna make it for a simpler process if we do disconnect the screen and get it off the housing. Once we've done that, the next thing that I'm gonna show you guys is replacing the charger port. So to replace the charger port, before I even start applying new adhesive, I'm gonna go ahead and remove these 2 little screws at the bottom. Once those 2 screws are removed, go ahead and use your plastic spudger to unplug and disconnect the charger port ribbon. And you could just go ahead and peel it up and out. If you look at this one, it's pretty beat up and corroded. Looks like the pins are damaged. Grab our brand new charger port, which once again, we do have these available on our website. The link will be down in the description in case you're wanting to do this repair on your own. If not, you are more than welcome to fill out a repair form and send it in for a repair. So with this, we're gonna go ahead and just place the charger port right into the groove, plug it in. Make sure you just push down on the connector. You should feel it plug in. If not, you could always double check. Yep. Once that is complete, go ahead and fasten the 2 screws that you removed from the charger port back into the charger port. And mind you, we're using the same screwdriver that we previously started off with. Now that the new charger port is installed, I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the old adhesive and apply the new adhesive. For this, I'm just gonna use a flathead just to kind of hook it and pull it away. Once all the old adhesive is pulled away, use this tape, which we do sell this as well, the 3mm tape. We're gonna go ahead, put the wider one on this side and at the bottom where you have the charger port, and we're gonna use the same exact tape, just a little bit thinner for the top strip where you have the cameras and the Face ID ribbon, and on the side here where it's a little bit thinner. So what I like to do is I like to go ahead and let a little hang out extra as I apply it. And before I push it down, I'll take the plastic spudger and I'll just kind of run it so that it actually grabs onto the edge of the housing. We're gonna go ahead, cut it right there, and then we're gonna do the same thing for the bottom. Once we've done the wide tape, take our plastic spudger and we're just gonna run it and round it on the edges right here, and this edge as well, or the corner I shall say. And once you do that, you could go ahead and just use a razor to just cut the outline so that you could remove this piece so that it's snug. We're gonna go ahead and do the same right here, cut it away, right here as well. And now we're gonna grab the thinner tape and we're gonna do the same thing. Down on the bottom here, full strip, and then up top here, we're gonna do two little strips up to this camera and then up to this microphone or groove right there. All right, once all the tape is added, what we're gonna do is we're gonna peel up the top layers so that we have the sticky adhesive exposed. And right here where you have the volume up and down button, and right here where you have another divot. Sometimes if you have a LTE, you'll have a SIM card right here. If not, if it's just the Wi-Fi, you'll still see the divot. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and just cut those up top and at the bottom. Now, why you want to make sure that you do that is because when you install the screen, you're going to notice that you have two magnets right here and you want them to be able to sit down flush with the housing. You don't, because we put the tape on, it's got tension on it, so it's super tight up. And if you try to put the screen on, it might not be flush and you'll kind of feel like a little bump if you run your finger over it. So just make sure that you cut in at the bottom, up top, and just tuck it in and you should be good to go. Plug in your touch ribbon into the motherboard. Just place it over the top, push down, you'll feel it clip in. And then we're gonna do the display ribbons next. Once we've done that, go ahead, grab this cover and get that installed. Remember that these four are the same size and the one at the bottom is the longest one. Grab our iPad, flip it upside down, and this part is going to be very difficult to show on camera or to capture, but essentially what you're trying to do here is take this Face ID ribbon and you're going to plug it into the plug-in right here. So I'm just going to go ahead, line it up, get it plugged in. Once it's plugged in, move it down slightly just to expose it a little bit so that we could put the ribbon holder back on with the screws. Once all ribbons are plugged in and all screws are installed, take the screen, match it up, and make sure that it's sitting flush with this corner first. Place this whole side down onto the housing, make sure that it's on the very edge, and then go ahead and just kind of plop it down. And you can just run your finger along the sides here, make sure that it sits down flush with the casing or the housing, and that should do it. If you look here, you're going to notice that the screen is sitting flush with the housing. That's how it should look. You shouldn't see anything pop up, and it should feel really smooth. You shouldn't feel any bumps or any divots like that. And that is how you replace your charger port on your iPad Pro 3 or Pro 4. It's the same process. And once again, we do sell all the parts and tools on our website, as well as provide a mail-in repair service.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you guys love what we do, please support us. You guys can click on the links that we have on the end screen. You guys can buy our parts, sales, or service so we can continue to make great videos for you guys for many more years. Thank you.